Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have the Enchanted Holiday 2016 collection available now from Zoya. These were sent to me for review, and I will link Zoya's storefront as well as social media down below. This is a collection of 2 shimmery polishes as well as 4 new pixies. I will show you comparisons as I go along, but no stamping test today. So I'll go ahead and get into the swatches. So first up is Saint, and this is described as a whimsical color flip metallic with a periwinkle base and a magenta shift. So this strikes me as a kind of periwinkle base, and it does have that pink to violet shimmer. The shimmer is very strong in this one. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Saint swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat. This one does go on fairly sheer. Really easy, smooth formula though. Zoya is known for having amazing formulas. This one is a tiny bit brush tricky as well. Not terribly, not enough to like have to pull out your stamper or anything. So I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. I am going to do a nice thick second coat here, and I was completely fooled into thinking that this was opaque for me. I did even go ahead and go into my final, this is the finished mani without top coat, but I noticed I had nail line left. So I am going to show you what a quick third coat looks like. If you're not that picky about your nail line, you could totally get away with 2 coats with this one. So here is the third and final coat, and this will bring this one completely opaque for me. I think this is going to look gorgeous with a matte top coat as well. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. You can see everywhere that the light hits, that purple or violet shimmer is really intense. Here's a view at another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. As far as comparisons for Saint, I really don't have any, especially within the Zoya line. Maybe within the nail indie world, you might be able to find a dupe for this, but I think this is a great direction for Zoya to take. Really impressed with this one. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Alice, and this is described as a captivating periwinkle with magenta and blue sparkles in the exclusive Zoya Pixie Dust Matte Sparkle formula. So this is a new pixie. This is going to be very textured. This one also has shimmer in it. I love the crystals look prismatic on the nail. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Alice swatched on my natural nail. If you can't tell, this is one of my top picks of the collection. I think it's really beautiful. It's really unique to the Zoya line. One coat is fairly sheer though. They have it marked as a 5 on their site for being opaque. It doesn't really strike me that way. I think this is one that you're going to have to build up a little bit. So, but it does go on nice and evenly. It is a little bit gritty. So here is a quick second coat, and this will build this up completely opaque for me. I actually really prefer this one without a top coat. I love the way that that texture looks, especially in different lighting. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. I will go ahead and show you what it looks like with a top coat in sunlight, but all of my other swatches will be without top coat. So here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. It's really pretty this way too. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. As far as comparisons for Alice, the only thing that I have that is really kind of close is Stevie, and this is also from the Pixie Dust line, but you can see there's a very pronounced difference in their shades, so I think these are, you could have both of these in your collection, no problem. This is Stevie to the left and Alice to the right. So next up is Elfie, and this is described as a bewitching emerald green with a sugary green sparkle in the exclusive Zoya Pixie Dust Matte Sparkle formula. So here is a brush shot, and I'll show you how Elfie swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. This one struck me as another one that's not really completely opaque. It's marked as a 5, but I don't think that it's really a 5. It almost looks like it has a jelly formula to it. So here's one coat. I'll let that dry and then come back in for another coat. So here is the second coat, and this is going to build it up. I could see where you might even need 3 coats, but I am going to stop here. It's a really pretty color. I was convinced this was almost a dupe for Cheetah, but I'll show you the comparisons in just a minute. Here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So really quickly, I'll show you how Elfie compares to Cheetah. I thought that Cheetah was much darker until I put it next to Elfie, and then you can see that it is very much silvered out. Cheetah does have that silver pixie in it, whereas Elfie does have that green pixie glitter. So here is Cheetah to the left and Elfie to the right. So next up is Oliveira, and this is my #1 top pick. This is described as a spellbinding color flip metallic with an indigo base and a green and purple shift. So you can kind of see that purple pinky shift right around the edges. It's a little bit elusive, but it does show on the nail. Here is a brush shot, and I'll show you how Oliveira swatched on my natural nail. This one completely blew me out of the water. I was expecting it to need a black base. The base in this one is very, very deep indigo blue, very inky, very pretty. The shimmer is intense. It does get a tiny bit brushstrokey, but not enough to bother me. I think with careful application, this should totally be a one coater. I did get it a little bit shallow there on the edge of my nail, so I'm going to show you what 2 coats looks like. So here is a quick second coat. The formula on this one is amazing, not thick, not thin. It didn't pull on me at all. So 2 coats is for sure going to bring this one completely opaque. I will show you a comparison on my middle nail where I still just have 1 coat. So at 1 coat it does look a little bit more navy inky, and at 2 coats it looks a little bit darker, almost black. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. That pink shimmer is really hard to pick up on camera, but when you tilt your nails you can absolutely see it. So here is a view in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. As far as comparisons for Oliveira, one of my friends brought up that I may want to compare it to Remy, which I wasn't expecting. In the bottle, these look completely different. On the nail, though, it's a little bit of a different story. I think they're definitely still dissimilar enough that you could use both in your collection. I also compared it in the bottle to Charla, which is a fan favorite. These are obviously very completely different. For some reason, I didn't film having Remy and Oliveira on my nail. I do have a photo, though, I'll show you here. So this is Remy to the left and Oliveira to the right, both at 1 coat. So I think that they share a common color in the base and also a common shimmer there, but the shimmers are really different sizes, and also Oliveira has more to it as you shift your nail. So next up is a Waverly, and this is described as a brilliantly deep sapphire blue with blue sparkles in the exclusive Zoya Pixie Dust Matte Sparkle formula. This was another one that I thought I would definitely have a dupe for in my collection, but I don't really. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Waverly swatched on my natural nail. So here is a 1 coat. This one goes on really evenly and smoothly, but it is quite sheer. Again, this one is marked as a 5. I don't see it as a 5, maybe a 4. So I'll let this dry and then come back in for 1 more coat. So here is my second coat of Waverly, and this will bring this one completely opaque for me. I think I prefer most of these pixie dusts in their original pixie dust formula. I am a big texture fan though. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. For comparisons for Waverly, I thought for sure that it was going to look a lot like Liberty. It actually doesn't. Here is the closest it is in tone is with Nori, and Nori is in that magical pixie dust formula, so it has the larger glitters. Here it is up against Liberty, and you can see there Liberty is a lot lighter. So I don't think that this one particularly has a dupe. Here it is swatched on the nails, so from left to right, that's Liberty, Waverly, and then Nori. Also wanted to compare it really quickly to Sunshine. Sunshine really doesn't even come close, so I didn't even swatch it on the nail. So lastly today I have Lorna, and Lorna is described as a luscious berry with a sugary sparkle in the exclusive Zoya Pixie Dust matte sparkle formula. So I'll show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Lorna swatched on my natural nail. Here is one coat. This is another one that's marked as a 5 that I don't really believe fits into the 5 category. This one did go on a little bit patchy as well. So this is not completely opaque in one coat, so I am going to let this dry and then come back in for one more coat. So here is a quick second coat, and this will bring this one completely opaque for me. I really love the Zoya Pixie Dust. I think they make amazing textures. They're really easy to just slap on. They wear well, and you don't have to have a top coat necessarily, so these are good traveling polishes. Here is a look at the completed mani before top coat, and this one, I really love this one. I want to put it in my top picks, but there is a Zoya polish that is a little bit similar, so it didn't really get there for me. So here is another view in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So for comparisons for Nori today, I have Miranda, which is much pinker. It doesn't even, I really shouldn't even compare these, but they are kind of similar in tone, I guess. And also Noir. So I'll show you Noir. Noir is another one of those magical pixie dust, so it does have the larger glitters in it. I think that's the only thing that's really keeping these from being dupes. They are really close in tone, but the textures are going to be completely different. So from left to right, that's Noir, Lorna, and then Miranda. So that wraps up my swatch review and comparison of the Enchanted Holiday 2016 collection from Zoya. I am really impressed. I really thought that these pixies were going to have more dupes within my collection, but I think they did a great job. I am dying for a white pixie. I wish Zoya would have released one in this collection. It would have went wonderful with the winter holiday theme. Zoya, get on that. Other than that, if you'd like to see more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.